Hi, welcome back to Knit for Brains podcast. I'm Laura Brady.
I'm Karen Miller.
We are on episode 108. We're a knitting, crocheting, sewing, crafting, kind of everything sort of
non-professional podcast.
Yeah, if you're looking for professionalism, you're on the wrong channel. Probably won't happen. We're located in the Midwest, 60 miles south of Chicago.
Deep freeze zone.
Or as we like to call it, the North Pole.
Right?
That's what Amy from Georgia calls it. How can you live there? Because we've definitely have been... Yeah. We finally got winter. Everybody kept jinxing it, saying it was so mild. Mm-hmm. Well, now we've got snow. We've got below zero temps and more snow coming.
Yep. We're like almost every 4 days, you can almost predict that the snow's going to hit. Once the snow hits, it's going to get colder. On Friday, I was at a meeting and some friends, one of the ladies that I work with is like, we're supposed to get, monumental snow. And I'm like, okay, so what's monumental?
Yeah, I know.
Being from the Midwest, I'm like,
yeah.
She's like, about 16 inches. And I'm like, yeah, maybe that'd slow us down.
It still doesn't really around here. A lot of other areas would be on like complete, town lockdown and...
Yeah.
Okay, so at work, every time it snows, I have the busiest department in the store. Non-stop. Ma'am, I need fish. Ma'am, I need fish. Just yesterday while it was snowing, just in that little time frame where it snowed yesterday morning, 40 fish out the door. Like, what?
It's not like...
Oh, it's snowing. Let's go buy some fish. I'm like, what is going on?
That makes no sense.
And 2 Sundays ago... we had it pretty bad, and I had to be at work at 6 a.m. Mm-hmm. Of course, nothing was plowed. Got all the way to work, and I'm like, I made it. And I decided instead of turning in by McDonald's there, I'd turn in by Kohl's. Big mistake. My next mistake was looking at it and going, I can make it through. And as soon as I hit the gas, I went, this isn't a good idea. And I got the car stuck. So then I'm calling Wendy, who's down at the other end of the parking lot. I can see her headlights going, I'm stuck. She comes down, tries pushing, and then she's like, I hear cracking. Like, pushing is not going to work. So she had salt in her vehicle and put it underneath my front tires, and then I just had to keep rocking back and forth and back and forth. I get out, go back down to our parking lot. I'm like, what's taking her so long? She's stuck. And I'm like, I'm only going to be able to drive halfway down there, and then I'm going to have to walk through it all to help her.
Yeah.
But she finally was able to, like, drive off in my path, and then she went clear out to Route 50 and came back around. And we were still on time for work. So if we get hit this time really bad, I have a truck on early Wednesday, and Brett's home. He'll take me into work.
There you go.
I don't want to get stuck again.
Yep.
So, where you can find us. You can find us pretty much everywhere. So we do have a Facebook group, which has actually had some activity. We do enjoy you guys sharing your projects. And if you have any questions, you can, put questions there as well. We'll try to help if we can. And if not, a lot of the other members will comment as well. So we have a Ravelry group. We're on Instagram. I have an Etsy store, which is Knit for Brains Designs, which, here's your shop update. There is no shop update.
Wow.
I have not sewn in 2 weeks. Right after you were here, neck completely went out.
Oh.
So I've been going to the chiropractor twice a week. And... I did do one custom order during that time because I promised that person, and it was a time-sensitive item. So I did one bag, that was it. So there will be a shop update next time for sure, because I'm going to ease back in it, because quite honestly, me not sewing, I'm not really sure that has helped.
Yeah.
A whole lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
You can locate me on Instagram and on Ravelry as Loopy Stitcher, and that's spelled Lupy Stitcher. And then you can find my designs on Ravelry as Loopy Stitcher Designs. Or Loopy Stitchers Designs. One or the other.
As long as you know.
Yeah. It connects to me. And I think that's it.
What's today, Karen?
February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day.
Okay, so since you said that, everybody knows Karen's always here.
Mm-hmm.
Something got dropped for you.
What?
I found this sitting.
Goodness.
Here's the card first.
This was dropped. This was dropped off.
I found it. People know. People know.
Cupid stopped by and dropped this off.
I'm guessing I found it on your couch.
Can I read this out loud?
Sure.
This is hilarious. I'm glad I have you to keep me warm on Sundays. Thanks for always being there for me. Love the recliner. Keep these to yourself because Laura will hack up a hairball.
And this was with them.
Oh, that's funny. Oh my. And they're the minis too. Oh, that's funny. I will definitely enjoy these. Recliner. That's hilarious.
Okay, sorry. I had
Thank you, recliner. I'll have to send a note later to the recliner.
Oh, gosh. I said something to Brett about that, and then I didn't say anything, and today he's like, we really need to do that. I'm like, okay, I was thinking, like, I thought it was more funny than him.
It's like, this is weird. And then when I read it, I was like, oh my God.
You're like, who dropped me off something? Why would something be here?
Yeah, why would something be here?
Oh, that's
me and
funny.
Chuck already talked about this. No gifts for each other. What? Who else could be sending me something here?
Surprise. Oh, that's great. So we mentioned our Ravelry group, so we might as well go ahead and talk about the knit along. We have a knit along going on right now in the Ravelry group, the Mitt Along. Basically, any glove, mitten, fingerless mitts, dog mitts, I mean, whatever.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I don't care what type of mitt you make. You can enter it in there for a chance to win a prize. And it goes until March 31st. So.
Which, the way it's snowing, we'll still have snow.
Well, and even, I mean, if you can always start them for Christmas gifts for next year,
Yeah, that
or,
too.
you know, somebody has a winter birthday, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
If I ever finish the mitts that I've promised to people, then I will probably just continue and throw a few in the gift bin so I have those on hand. That's my plan at any rate, because, yeah, if I don't burn out on them before then.
Yeah.
So far, so good. Having sinus issues today. Sorry, folks. It comes with the dryness here in Illinois. My skin is so stinking dry. The other day, I went like this to grab something, and my knuckle, I look down, is bleeding.
Oh, yeah.
Split open.
Yeah.
Like along my sides is just scaly, my legs, and...
Are you shedding the skin?
Yeah, I'm thinking I am. Something's happening here, folks.
I have the same problem.
It gets so bad during the winter. And up to this point, we were doing really well. You know?
It's just because it got so cold and stayed, you know, it stayed super cold. That's the only reason. I mean,
it's cold.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as it's not, I mean, yeah, it's cold, don't get me wrong, but I at least the wind chills have not gone up to like -50 like we've had prior.
Yeah.
That gets really, really bad.
Yeah.
So, all right, I guess that's our weather report for you.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're not
weather and complaint session all in one.
We're not the only ones getting hit. People that don't normally get hit.
Right.
Texas is getting hit. Arkansas is supposed to be getting it.
Oklahoma. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which it was kind of funny with Lori today from Arkansas because she kept posting on Facebook about, we're going to get major snow and, da-da-da. So I sent her a text. I'm like, okay, as a person from the Midwest, I have to ask you, what do you consider a major snow?
Anything over 2 inches?
I'm not picturing Arkansas getting like 12, 15 inches like we can, you know?
Right.
So it was kind of funny.
Yeah. My brother works in Tennessee and has for the last 30 years or so. And he would end up having to drive because they knew he was from the north and could drive. Mm-hmm. Because they don't have salt. They use like cinder or gravel. That's all it's going to do is make a gray mess. It doesn't really do a whole heck of a lot of anything.
And a lot of these states, they don't have even a single snowplow.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, they don't typically get it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they get a few inches of snow and everything's shut down. Mm-hmm. We don't shut things down here in Illinois. No, I don't.
My mom keeps asking me, you don't think they're open because of this cold? Mom, that's you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't. Yeah, nothing closes.
Yeah, we don't close.
No.
Nobody closes.
This is Illinois.
The only thing that might close my company is when it ices. When it ices to the point where we're pulling down servers, because the drag on the network. I mean, I've worked at home for the last 12 years. I don't get snow days.
I have to be there because apparently in the cold and snow, people need fish.
That makes no sense to me. It really doesn't.
Well, and
I mean, like Friday night, I went to go
snows. I go, okay, Wendy, I'm getting ready for the day. So yesterday, because she wasn't there until like noon, I'm texting her. I'm like, okay, I'm an hour in, 20 fish out the door.
So what's normal average for you guys then?
I mean, I have some days where I don't have a fish customer at all.
That is really weird.
But it's a guarantee if it's snowing, I'm going to have a line of people actually waiting on me.
It's really weird.
And even these one customers that they had been in the day before it started snowing, and they lived like 45 minutes to an hour away. And the dad was like, okay, well, we'll come back tomorrow and get the fish because they had just gotten the tank. And I was thinking that morning, I'm like, I wonder if he'll bring the 2 kids out or not. They got to travel an hour. Sure as heck, I go, the minute those doors open, I'm like, oh, hey, here to get your fish.
I get the whole, in some ways I don't, milk, butter, and bread. Those are eggs. Those are the things everybody goes get. Friday night, I went to go pick up groceries, and that was a madhouse. 45 minutes later, I had to call. I mean, like, I'm sitting, and they were 2 deep the whole time long, and it looked like they only had 2 guys doing the running to the cars. And by the time they finally got to me and pushed my order through and expedited it, because I had waited there for so long, the guy said they had 6 people call off. And because of the storm, I'm like, storm? What storm? I'm like, it's only supposed to be like 1 inch. That's not a storm. What are you talking about? Do you live in the same state I do? I was baffled. I'm like, why are all these people here?
Yeah. Well, and we have that all the time, too. Like, me and Wendy will be there early, 6, 7 o'clock, whatever. And then it's like, by 10 o'clock, we're getting messages from other employees going, oh, I'm going to be an hour late. I'm kind of snowed in here. Really? You knew you had to be there. Why didn't you get out and start shoveling?
Yeah.
Yep. But whatever. Okay, enough about our...
Shall we get to the knitting, to the actual crafting part of the podcast? Do we do that?
Is this a knitting podcast? We're only 15 minutes in.
Oh, what the heck?
Okay. So do you have some FOs?
Yes, I do.
Alrighty.
Are you impressed?
I knew you'd have some.
Yeah.
It was time.
Yeah. So I almost had 3, but didn't quite make it for the 3rd one.
I have 4 and would have had 5, but you'll hear about that in whips.
Okay, Okay, I talked about this last week. It's a really quick knit, so I'm sure it doesn't surprise you guys that I had this done. But the Chubby Buttons pattern by Cozy Up, it's a free pattern on Ravelry. Uses super bulky or bulky yarn. The yarn I used, and this is all I have left. Told you I was going to try to use as much as I could. Is Madeline Tosh 100% superwash. The colorway is called Thunderstorm, and it is a super bulky. Of course, this is the colorway. And I've actually been wearing this, Aunt, because it's been cold.
You're such a complainer.
Right? So it's got a little bit of slouch to it. Not for sure if I'm actually going to add an actual pom-pom to it or not, but it turned out really cute.
So on a side note, Amy, happy little yarn. I guess people around here do dress for the weather sometimes. Karen puts a hat on. Because she asked me, how do you dress for the negative weather? I go, I don't change anything. I go out in my North Face coat, hair dripping wet, just like I do any other day.
Yeah.
Yes, it freezes on the way to the door.
Yeah.
I did wear fingerless mitts this week.
No, I'll wear it. It also depends on how long I'm going to be outside, you know?
Yeah. I tend to
A lot
always
of times
wear
if
the
I'm
same.
just going into the car, from house to car, back into the house, and no.
Oh, and Brett thinks I'm nuts because he's like, you don't even wear a winter coat. You have a North Face jacket. Whatever.
So yeah, that was fun. I did it to pattern, needle size wise. I think I ended up going up, increasing it to like, just because I'm a tight knitter, I think I increased by 4 stitches, the count compared to what the pattern calls for. But I know that's just my personal, the way when I go to cast on hats, I'm pretty tight.
Should we go back and forth this time?
Sure.
That way I'm just not sitting here. Those lights are really bothering my eyes. So if I'm squinching, guys, that's why. Like I feel like I'm squinchy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I showed the... Yeah, maybe I did not. I don't know if I had these started last time or not. The yarn is Crystal Skies hand dyed. Oh, I think I did. Chocolate Raspberry Christmas. It looks something like that. I'm out of room on my base. I even got a stack of minis up there. That, yeah, I need to deal with this situation. Wendy's Mitts. And this is a very sturdy yarn. I think it was her sturdy sock or something. I don't know.
Oh, it is. Usually her yarn's really soft.
It is soft and sturdy, so it's a different one. I don't even know if she has the soft and sturdy anymore. So I did actually pick this one on purpose because it is a sturdier yarn for Wendy.
Yeah,
Wendy, I said
goes
that.
through them.
Wendy has started watching the podcast in its entirety now because she called me out on calling her big foot. If the foot fits.
Poor Wendy.
She knows I love her. So, Point Edwards mitts. You guys, I'm not even showing you the pattern because you've seen it a gazillion times.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be her spare pair.
Yeah, she'll be able to get a lot of use.
Yeah, these will
yeah.
be nice and sturdy. Except for it looks like I got... I need to trim a thread. All right, so yeah, that's one. Your turn.
Okay. Next. I don't think she's throwing things in.
Oh,
these are my Rose City Roller socks.
did you see somebody commented with the colorway?
Because it was from it's from Night Owl Fibers. Is it Dragon's Egg or something like that?
I'll look it up while you're...
No, I did not see that. Probably Rachel.
No, it was Knit All the Yarn podcast. Karen, the Night Owl Fibers yarn colorway is the Howler.
Oh, okay. Yes. That's
And she also gave the information on your other socks, too.
Perfect.
So I'll keep that up. She wanted to help you out. She said, just wanted to help you with your ball bands.
I'm glad that I have viewers that watch out for me, because this one will keep giving me a hard time. It's all in good fun.
It is.
So the last time I showed it, I was here where the stitch marker is. So I got quite a bit done. And then the mini that I used is just like a brown mini that I had in my stash. It did not have a ball band. So, yep. Got that finished for me, Gana.
All right, we're doing socks. I'll do socks next. Alrighty. So, mine is by Yarns. The colorway is Champagne Supernova. Oh, like you guys can read that way. Looked like this. I did show it last time, so. I used my zings. I'm making piles down here in front of Karen, so it's easier. It's easier to put stuff away then, and we can get to what we need to do faster.
She wants to see how I get out of here is what she really wants.
Well, I mean, you could just do a big leap. I had it in my strawberry shortcake sock bag. Oh. And these are for Bigfoot Wendy.
You know, it would be better if those sock blockers are not those are like medium sock blockers, so she should not feel as bad.
Right. I have some large ones coming. I had somebody contact me and say that they had a pair of large that they don't use if I would like to have them for showing Wendy's socks.
She's got a whole bunch around here somewhere.
But I do. They're hanging on the wall, but they're all the same size.
Oh. They're all because your feet are small.
Yes.
You're not Wendy. You don't have normal size feet like me and Wendy. Because mine would be baggy on your sock blockers.
Yeah. So they came out really cute. And talking about her socks, I mentioned last time, so I made sure to pull it out, about her box of socks.
Ooh, look at that sparkle.
This is the box that I got to put Wendy's socks. So we can just add those right now. And this makes pair number 3.
So you're waiting until the end of the year to...
I'm waiting until I at least have the 12 socks for the box before she gets them.
Okay.
And I'm trying to, make sure I have a variety of colors and sparkle, non-sparkle. Which she said today she should have wore her wool socks, but she goes, today's sock day where I wash them. She washes them every Sunday.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, once a week.
But she wears them enough.
Socks. Yes. So
kudos to you, Wendy.
She is very knit worthy as far as that goes. And I just thought this box was kind of cute. So a little fancier. Mm-hmm. So yeah. There's that. I just said last time I would show it, so. Sorry, you guys just got to see my gray hairs because I need a dye job again.
That's it for my finished objects.
Moving onward then. In my bag, my friend Amy, Happy Little Yarn made me. It's so cute. So, where do we want to go with this? Okay, so we'll start with yarn. So this was yarn that I bought way back when. I bought a bunch for Peanut and for Little Man. And some of the colorways, it was from Michael's, was clearanced. So I had bought like a huge bag of it.
Oh, this was I just need one, and you ended up coming home with like bag full.
So it's Loops and Threads, Joy DK, and I have to tell you, I love the feel of this. It is so nice, guys, for it being a commercial yarn.
It's acrylic, right?
Yes, I believe so. And that's the other thing that is impressive. Let me see.
It holds its shape pretty well.
Machine wash warm. Okay. 100% anti-pilling acrylic.
There you go.
This colorway is Mojito. And I had 2 skeins of this. I lucked out when I picked out this pattern. I had purchased my Addy squares for making that other hat. Well, it was the exact sizes I needed for the sweater.
Oh, cool.
So I got to use these again. Guys, I flippin' love these. I knit this sweater in a day because it didn't bother my thumbs to knit in the round.
Wow.
I really, really like these. I like them so much. I ordered 2 pairs of sock needles. Yes.
Now, this is coming from a girl that is just like huge. You love your zings.
I do love my zings. These, if you have hand pain, and I know some people have said it didn't make a difference with them. I'm guessing it probably depends like where you have the hand pain at. Now, I will tell you, the first time I knit with them, I almost felt like I had a little strain in a different area than what I normally do. But by the next day, it was fine, and I have not had anything since then. They are squared, but they're more of a rounded square. So when you have the yarn on there, it doesn't feel any different knitting with them than with a regular needle. But obviously there's something with them that works for me, because normally I will get it like in my thumb joints and sometimes down here, and I knit away and I have had no thumb pain. So happy about this.
Yeah, when I felt it last, you couldn't feel the edge in terms of it being, since it's squared.
I had mentioned on the last podcast that I wanted to try the sock needles, but I couldn't find the Addies. It almost appeared like they did not have a size 2 that was a 2.75. They had weird sizing or whatever. So I was contacted by a viewer who was very, very helpful.
Viewers to the rescue.
Yes.
Can I just say, kudos to you.
And she said, there's a site that has them, and it's addieneedleshop.com altogether. I'll tell you what, this shop, it's always 20% off the regular Addie price. So they were even cheaper for me to buy those than it was these, which had I known that, I would have bought these there. So that's addieneedleshop.com if you're interested. They have a lot of the squared needles in different sizes and cable lengths and whatnot.
And we know how this girl likes a, sale.
Yeah,
coupon.
I do like a sale.
Yeah.
So, all right. So there's those. The sweater I made. It's just a simple sweater. I mean, seriously, it's 1 page. Madeline Tosh. It's just called the Baby Raglan Top by Amy Gunderson. It is a free download from their website. They give you directions for short sleeves and long sleeves. I was a little nervous about when this would fit him, so I chose to do short sleeves. Now, one thing I will say about this pattern, the sizing is way off. Okay? No way. I knit the 12-month size. He's 5.5, 6 months. Okay, granted, he is a big boy. A chunky monkey.
He is. Roly-poly chunky monkey.
12-month size. I bet you was going to fit him.
Now.
That is not 12 months. This is probably 6 to 9 months, if you ask me. So the sizing, as far as that pattern, as far as I'm concerned, is a little off. And I did not knit tight. That is not that tight for me.
No. Well, maybe I wonder if it was the yarn, even though it says as a DK. Or, I don't know. You've
no, because I've used it before as a DK with a DK pattern, and it came perfectly to size. I really think it's the pattern. It's a free pattern, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
it still works.
And no, I didn't swatch. I just rolled my eyes at you one more time if you just asked that. But I'm very glad I picked the 12-month size because it only came in 3 sizes. 6 months, 12 months, 24 months. That to me right away kind of sent off bells in my head. Going, 3 sizes? That seems kind of odd. And then when I flipped it over and the cast on was 68 or 68 or 72, I went, mm-mm.
Yeah, that's not a big, for those
Yeah.
different sizes, that's
No,
not a
that's why I said I really
difference.
think it's the pattern versus my knitting. It's fine though. It's gonna fit them. I will get it to Alisha as soon as possible. It came out beautiful.
Oh yeah, I love those colors.
Yeah, it really knit up nice because I wasn't sure how it was gonna knit up, and I mean, it's striped. I love it. So then, of course, I had extra because I had 2 skeins of that. So then I did, which you guys have seen this before too, but the Rocky Ridge hat by Knox Mountain Knit Co., which is also a free pattern. And this one goes from baby all the way to adult large. And I do find this pattern to be pretty true to size as far as my knitting, which that's saying a lot because you know how my luck is with hats. Usually they end up too small. Except for that one hat that I like blocked out humongously. Look at the little baby hat, I mean. Is that not the cutest? Yes. Look how cute is he gonna look.
That's adorable.
Oh,
my goodness.
I love it. And I really like this yarn. I'm going to have to go through the back. Like, I think I have a couple more skeins, but I'm not sure if they were for Peanut or for him. I think I need to look in that bag again because I did enjoy knitting with this yarn, I have to say. And I still had a bit left, I mean, honestly. So after doing 2 projects, we'll just put that up on the windowsill at this point. Oh, I had even more left because I didn't want to start the sleeves with just this. So I went ahead and just opened the second skein because whatever. It didn't matter. She actually like pretend. Where'd that go? So, yeah. Speaking of little man, I've got to show you the funniest thing ever. He's just so darn cute. But look at those cankles.
Oh my goodness.
Here he is today with his daddy, his dada. Guys, look how cute he is. And he's always smiling. But look at those little ankles. Oh, he's so funny. Well, and she put, because I posted a picture on our Facebook group of the sweater about I was making for a little man, and she puts a picture of this little man. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So, that was kind of funny. I'm like, yep, that's a little man.
The little video that she put up with Olivia and him just like giggling up a storm and her going over towards him. Oh my God, I kept watching it over.
I'll tell you what. Peanut is not going to have a moment to herself once that kid starts crawling. He loves her to death. The minute he hears her say something, he just starts laughing and giggling and just lights up. She's not going to have a moment's peace. She just isn't. So, those... Okay, that's all my FOs. Ah, I had another whip I was going to bring in to show. That's okay.
Next time.
I'll show it next time. It wasn't really knitting related anyways. I worked on my diamond painting a little bit. So it was one that I haven't shown you guys. So I was going to bring it in and show you. But I'll show you next time.
I was going to ask you if you stabbed anything.
No stabbing this time.
I showed the picture to Chuck. I'm like, we're going to have to like really think about what I
So I mean, I got some stuff done, but here's the thing, guys. I did a lot of knitting. Not that you can tell, because usually I have more FOs in this. The shawl that I had been working on, I completely took out.
Really? That doesn't happen to you really all that often.
Yeah. I took the whole stinking thing out. Okay, so we're kind of moving on to whips here, guys. Let me just talk about this in full. So, and it is absolutely nothing against this designer. I've knit her patterns before. Mm-hmm. I should have been more aware because I do believe I did this on the last pattern. Consistency is a thing with me.
There you go.
So it's a Casapinka. Okay. So I had a couple little mistakes at the beginning, mm-hmm. but nothing that was disturbing enough to me that I was going to rip back. Until I was watching some shows and I picked this up and I started knitting. And there is a KFB, a K1B. Well, I got to a K1B section where you're doing, it's knit into the stitch below. I read it as KFB. So I was knitting front and back. I did that whole section wrong. And at this point I went, I'm done. I've got this mistake here, and this whole entire section. So I ripped it out. I did restart it. So, I was originally, I can tell from my scribbles, I'm sure.
Section 5? I think you said section 5 last time of what, 8?
No, there's 10. I was 5 or 6. I just finished, okay, I'd finished with 5. I started section 6. I did all of section 6, and then all of a sudden realized, oh, that was K1B. I literally had 4 sections to go. Who does that?
Me. So
and I
had a
remember
lot. So, at what point did you realize that you did that? When you went to the next section and you had too many stitches?
No, I was getting ready to go to the next section, and I don't know why, but something caught my eye.
Yeah, it looked off, yeah.
Well, no, it wasn't even looking at the shawl. It was, I happened to glance up in the pattern, and I'm like, wait a second. That doesn't look like KFB.
That's not what I've been doing this whole time.
Yeah. Whatever. So, Uncle Sam, this is by Arkansas Yarn Co. Kind of matches my nails. I want to say Sad Gnome. Yeah. And Sad Gnome, also by Arkansas Yarn Co. That one really matches my nails.
Mm-hmm.
That was not planned. Okay. I also started, since I had to restart it, knitting a little looser, like focusing on knitting on a little looser, because it was, if you remember the first time, kind of puckering a lot, which would have blacked out, but oh my goodness, the strings, guys, the strings. So,
you can tell the difference. How much you're knitting looser this time.
Yeah, I'm focusing. I just like that. I am focusing, guys. So, yeah. So, I basically, I knit all this since the last podcast.
So, what section are you in now?
Section 6. So, I basically, I'm almost back to where I was.
Yeah.
And that was a whole lot of knitting.
Yeah, it was.
So this is where a lot of my knitting time went, or I would have had more done. This should have been done had I not ripped it all out. I just didn't. I know people are sitting there going, you should have just tinked back that section. No.
I don't know about tinking back. I might have ripped back to the
But here's
section.
my thing. I already had 2 other mistakes, which were minor. And it was a little more ripply than I would have liked it. It puckered. Like I said, I could have blacked it out, but I don't know. I was in the mood that day, and I literally gave it no thought. I went, knit one back. And I just took my needle and just right out. You know how I get.
Yeah.
And just started winding the yarn. I didn't even give it thought. I was just like, done. I might have had a bit of a knitting temper tantrum. That's what I'm saying. But it's fine.
You won in the end anyways. It's back to where it's
exactly. And it's not like I took it out and then was like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
I went back to it. Just, yeah.
I'm actually impressed that you not only ripped the whole thing out, but went right back to doing it. Like a lot of times, it's just like you got to put it in timeout.
Yeah, well, now I'll tell you what. Every time I start a section, I'm like, okay, what does that? Is that a KFB or a K1? Well, and then I started looking, which I don't know if it's in a different section because I have not seen it in the pattern at all. There's a KFB FBF. Like, what the heck? I hope I didn't miss that. I mean, it's looking good now.
Yeah.
So, that's my first whip, guys. You got a whip to show?
Yes. This one.
Needles are over there by Karen's toe.
This is the Grande Double Wrap with a shot of brioche by Cozy Up. Paper.
Sorry, don't mind me. I was losing my yarn ball.
Okay.
Oh.
I thought maybe you like spilt something back there. Here is what I have left of my 2 yarns that I'm using. The gray does have sparkle in it and the pink does not. The pink, are you impressed? I still have my ball pins in here. I'm impressed with myself.
Oh, ball pins. What are you doing?
Yeah. The pink is by Sin City Yarn in Las Vegas. There's no colorway. 80/20. It's really nice and soft. And the gray one is by Why Not Fibers in the colorway Smoke and Shadows. They're Stardust. And let's see. Not a whole lot because I was doing a lot of sock knitting this last time around. But from where the little Care Bear.
Still some gone. You got some
Did
done.
a couple inches, 1.5 inches. So I'm almost done. Like I said before, I will be going for as long as I have gray. So.
All right.
I can't wait until I get this though. This will be so soft and
Squishy.
Block it out and seam it up. Ouch, that was my knee. I hope you guys hear that.
Oh. All right, my next one's in my little Dr. Pepper bag. The yarn was from an advent from Sweet Tea Yarns called Christmas Morning. Looks like that. And I started my last pair of promised Point Edward mitts. Last pair, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Until somebody goes, oh. Or Wendy ruins another pair. So, yep.
At least she's getting use out of them.
Well, and she's still using her other pair, but today she's like, look, I have my good ones on. Great, Wendy. Yeah. So, yep. You're up again.
This is my almost finished pair.
Okay, this is the one I got
So
info
what's
for.
the other colorway on this one?
Hold on. You just close. Okay, so this one is Mustache Yarn, A Very Hobbit Christmas.
Okay. Makes sense.
Thank you, Lisa.
Now, interesting fact. I tried something new for these socks. I have had the pattern for a little bit. I decided to try the, if I can get the dang thing on the,
I was gonna say,
I'm having technical difficulties.
Mira thought she was being professional bringing the sock blockers, but she didn't practice using them.
Okay. Where the stitch marker, toe up, both pairs, was that? I did a fish lips heel. I like it.
I have mixed opinions.
It fits my foot
Yeah, it
really.
depends on your foot. And
It fits my foot really
did
well.
you add extra rounds?
The only thing I did was after the fish, because I know I have problems with it being tight around the top of my foot there, right there in the crease. After I joined back in the round, I added 4 stitches. Yeah, 4 stitches on each sock. So normally I do 64. So that would be 60. So for about 4 rows or so, 4 or 6 rows, I did that with 68 stitches. And then I immediately dropped it
my
back
issue
down.
was the heel was not deep enough.
Not deep enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, the first one I did not take in account that the heel I typically do adds 2 inches to it.
Mm-hmm.
This does not. Like as far as where it would hit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because I increase for my heel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And by the time I'm done with that, it's added 2 inches to the length.
Yeah, because you used Wendy's
Yes.
pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I actually used my
Did you use
template that I had
I was
from
gonna say,
Wendy.
did you use the math that
No.
they gave you? Because I was like, oh, who's going to read all that?
No.
Oh, I'm sure somebody did. Sorry.
I have from a placemat.
Mm-hmm.
Words. When we first started doing socks, Wendy had started tracing our feet in
see, I didn't do
placemats
that.
and made me a placemat, which has actually helped for Megana too, because I took the same method with Megana. So when I make socks with that actual cutout, I don't have to worry about them not fitting for her.
Well, funny.
Or for me if I do that.
The funny thing is with that heel that I'm still using, which I've done afterthought heels and stuff too, don't get me wrong, but I knit my socks, because I do toe up, to 7 1/4 inches. And then I start my increases for the heel. Wendy's socks, I knit to 7 1/4 inches. And then do the heel.
Mine's more
It's
like
the same. She has the same length as mine, but hers don't look ridiculous because hers are wider. Because, mine always look like platypus. They do.
I have to do mine for almost 7 3/4. Because I was comparing it to an actual sock ruler to see. I was doing both. I had both, and just experimenting to see how it would work and everything. So this is what I have left of the yarn because you split, gave it to me. So this is all that I have left. So I figure I'll probably end up just doing the ribbing. I just started the ribbing until I'm just about, to the point where
Which you'll get a lot further than what you think. It's always so deceiving with sock
So it
yarn.
looks like I might have 4 colors
yeah.
here left. So I'll probably go to the 4 colors, start the 5th color, and then start.
So are you almost getting caught up on the Christmas yarns then from last year? Because don't I have...
Yeah, because I already knit the other one I already finished.
Oh, but I gave you one for this year already. The Comfy Cozy I passed on to you, so you should have that one.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking I have one more in there that I should pull out and knit then for Wendy so I can pass it on to you.
Okay.
Just thinking out
But
loud.
from last year, that was the second pair
Okay.
that I had.
Gotcha. All right. So, speaking of Wendy's big feet, I started. Okay, so I told you guys last time I had bought a pair of needles, and I made the mistake of ordering soft cable versus hard cable because
Hard versus floppy.
yeah, I mean, okay, floppy. These. What am I gonna do with these?
Oh my god! It's like a piece of material.
You could not knit anything on these. We could jump rope. I mean, even a shawl or you can't. No.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so if you're gonna purchase yourself these collage square needles, or I'm guessing probably any collage needles, I highly recommend you do not purchase the ones that say soft. It's like a
It
wet
looks like
noodle.
licorice.
What can I knit with these guys?
Oh my goodness. When you said that, that is beyond anything I've ever seen before.
Right?
Yeah.
What?
Wet nose.
What? Can somebody explain to me why they even make these? What am I?
Okay, I'd really be interested if one of our viewers uses them.
If you use these, tell me what you're using them for.
Yeah, and what you're using them for.
I want to know. Okay. In fact, if you had a use for these, I'd probably send them to you, okay? Because I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to do with them.
Oh, that's funny.
No, it's not funny.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
I told you they were like a wet noodle, didn't I?
Yeah, nothing like a wet noodle. Yep, sounds like a name of a podcast.
So, I didn't get discouraged. Because then that lady had commented and said, hey, I heard you couldn't find those Addies. Here's the website. So I went on there and I bought myself 2 pair. Because why buy one when you can buy 2? Mm-hmm. Plus, they were 20% off, so I felt like, hey, I'm saving.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I caked up some yarn. And yes, I did say I caked it up because I think my husband was gone at work, which was just awful. The whole time I wound it, I went, could I wait until tomorrow? Because I don't cake my own yarn, guys. This lady does not dye anymore, but Whips on Sticks. It's the Beach Party sock set, which
that's funny.
This here
You'll see later.
was the mini that came with it that I'm not using. So, and these are going to be really cheerful. Wait until she sees these on Wednesday when I'm working on them. Truck morning. She's going to do. Are those for me? So I'm using
Not if she watches this before then.
Yeah, she watches this before then. They're for you. So yeah, I'm using the Addies squared. That's why I had to cast on new socks, guys, because, well, you know, got to try new needles, and obviously I couldn't try these.
I'm just picturing you trying to, because did you try them?
I did at first. Well, I literally got as far as wrapping the yarn.
See you doing this.
I literally wrapped the yarn around, went to go like this, and went, no.
Especially like the cast on that we use.
Yeah,
in terms
no. So, yeah, I'm still loving these needles. And these are coming out really, really pretty. They are really bright, which will be a nice mix in her box because I don't have a really bright pair yet.
I was still picturing you casting on with the Turkish.
Yeah,
it's the Turkish cast that we do for Magic Loop, and I could just see her trying to like, oh no, this doesn't work.
I'm like, well, I mean, the minute I took those out of the package, she started laughing. I mean, seriously, I literally got them and went, oh, what am I supposed to do with these? So, yeah, so as soon as these needles came in, I caked this up and cast them on. Actually, I made myself wait a couple of days because I think I was in the middle of something else, but then I gave in because I really wanted to get them on the needles. So, and I needed something for last truck day, but Wendy wasn't there for last truck, so she didn't see them. But cool. Quite happy with how those are coming out. Alrighty, you got something else?
Yes.
Those are needles. Oops, ball band. I don't want to be like Karen and lose my ball band.
Oop. The V-Back Tee by Jamie Hoffman. Pretty picture. K4 pattern on Ravelry. Get the right side.
Did you want this Easter yarn? Oh. I'm sorry, I get so distracted. Did you want the I call it the Easter yarn.
Actually, that'll work in my blanket.
Okay. Well, then I don't need to look for the ball band that's on the floor then for a blanket, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Front, back. Where's my... All right, people, I've done this before, haven't I?
Nope.
I didn't lose it. There it is. I got a lot of stitches on here right now, and I've done a 1/2 inch since you guys last saw it.
It's going to be so pretty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and actually I changed to a new color the last time. I have a couple of rows of that, so it'd be interesting to see how that new color looks. And then my base is Skellington by Cherry Pie Cottage. 25. And I'm going to use that throughout. And then just grabbing minis. Mm-hmm.
I got one more whip. That's it. And you guys have seen this before. I'm using the leftovers of Arkansas Yarn Co.'s advent calendar that I knit Lori a potluck pullover out of. I'm using the flax light pattern, and I'm making Peanut a little scrappy shirt again. And of course, you can't see it all too well because it's kind of scrunched up on there, but what'd I do? Well, I did quite a bit, actually. Mm-hmm. I guess I did more than I thought. So.
Plus a sweater for little man.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a little distracted. I'm like, oh, sorry, Peanut, but you get stuff all the time.
Yeah.
You'll get it when you get it. It'll be fine. If I actually would just start, I don't know what size needles this is on. If I would actually just start knitting on it, I would get it done. But yet knitting in the round.
Is it size 5?
Yep.
From the purple, that's what I guessed, since this is zine.
And I don't have a 5 in there. Because I was thinking if I had the Addies and the 5, I could really cruise right along. I might need to order some.
Another excuse.
Needles do not count as stash enhancement. Just so you guys know.
They count as a necessity.
It's a necessity. It's equipment. You need to have proper equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I might need to order these.
Yeah.
I might do that after we podcast. Because then I could get this done like lickety-split.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, it bothers me knitting in the round for too long. You know, my thumbs start hurting. I mean, I really don't have a whole lot to... No, I need new needles, don't I, guys?
Because that's not going to be the last one you do.
No.
Let's be
well, because anytime I have leftovers from the Advent, because I know I'm going to knit myself another potluck pullover out of Lollipop Girl Yarns, and then Peanut will also get one to match. So, yeah, I'll be knitting a lot of these, I'm sure. This one, I think I'm doing... I don't know what size I'm doing. I will tell you in a minute. Oh, I moved up a size. So I'm doing the 2 to 4 years because last time I made her one, it was 1 to 2 years. It does still fit, but she's getting kind of tall, so I went ahead and upped it to the 2 to 4. That's all I got.
I have one more item.
No.
Well, you know. So, I love my fingerless mitts, but it has been a little bit cold, and I realized that I really actually need mittens. So when I drive and when because
You've lived in Illinois your whole life.
well, the problem is that I have a freaking scraper that's like this long.
Mine's that long
So
too.
there are many times when I just with my arm, like, oh, that's cold. So
Oh, but look at you participating in our knit along.
see.
Way to go, Karen.
Come on.
We're both doing our own knit along. Maybe I'll get you a prize and you can get me a prize.
Oh, there you go.
I mean,
this is a free pattern. I don't know.
yeah, I ain't even trying. It's called Mittens Pattern.
Friolero.
If you need it,
Friolero?
pause.
Yeah.
And write it down.
It's a free. It is free. I actually am knitting this out of somebody that's not dying anymore.
Boy, we seem to have that theme going on, don't we?
This was from my first. Actually, this was my first advent calendar I'd ever purchased. So this was the main skein. It's called All Hallows Eve by Whips
and Sticks. It's the same
And
as the one I
so
was
when
using.
she pulled it out, I'm like, So this is the color, and this is going to be no surprise to any of the viewers that this would be my color.
Nope.
I am holding it double. I have gone up on needle size because I have one that I have completed, and it just yeah, I know it's this. I'm probably just going to end up. It's a little on the short side.
I was going to say, it looked a little short.
Yeah, looks a little stubby.
Yeah.
It does. A little thumb.
I mean,
Like it's not. It needs to be. So I went up for.
I could probably block that. And then it would probably fit Bigfoot.
Give it some length. Because I am hitting the tip of my finger with the end. So it is a cute pattern, but yeah, it needs some help. Actually, it should be on this hand.
Well, I mean, that hand ain't going to be any smaller, Karen.
No, it doesn't. I can make the difference. So I just got started on the actual ribbing. Like I said, I did go up needle size. And this is the only cable that I have, so it's really stupid long. Just a twisted
Do you
rib.
need a different needle? What size are you doing? Oh, God. Hey, my order at Joann's is ready.
Where's the freaking...
They email you after they close. Isn't that cute?
Like, what good does that do?
Yeah. Your order's ready for pickup.
There it is. This is a size 4.
I might have a 4-inch order if you want me to look.
Yeah, because I was like... It's what I had in terms of cable length for my interchangeables.
It'll be really easy for me to check now that I have
Actually, this isn't an
my
interchangeable.
organization needle thing going. And I have to put away those other needles anyways down there, so.
So it is it is quick. It just I'm like, I got done with it. I'm like, yeah, that ain't gonna. So I'm gonna have to lengthen the pattern a little bit too.
Yeah.
Obviously, because a lot of it's in the length, and it fits just fits. So I just want a little bit more room.
Yep. Alrighty. I have yarn caked up for future knitting. Happy Knits podcast. Yolanda and Jordan are doing a knit along, and it is for a certain pattern. The pattern is a free pattern, and there are different versions of it. I chose to do the mini version, and then I think there's a large version. The mini version really isn't mini, if you ask me, because it's still 86 inches wide and 16 inches long at the center. So that's still a good size shawl. It is called Magic Spring Shawl. Free pattern. And I am going to be using... Okay, you're going to get a kick out of this one. And this is part of the reason why I picked this size as well. Well, the other one was massive. And I'm like, no.
You got 3 skeins there, so that's a small.
Well, this is actually not. So, Color A, you only have to have 25 grams.
Oh, okay.
Color B, 50 grams. And Color C, 75 grams. And I'm like, oh, good. I'll be able to use some little half balls and whatever I had. So, I, of course, didn't have the ball bands, and I was not going to be tormented. So, I made my own ball band. I contacted the dyer, which is Arkansas Yarn Co. for all of these. She said this one is called Vintage Rose.
You just didn't want to give me an excuse to get you back.
I sent her a picture and I said, I don't have ball bands because these were already partially used. Can you tell me what these are? Because I can't listen to Karen. This one...
It's a friendly competition between the two of us, honestly.
This one is called Knitting Needles. My little Post-it notes in there. I figured you get a kick out of that one. This one I actually have the tag for because it was a full skein. Brett just caked this up this afternoon before we went to eat. And let me just show you. Arkansas Yarn Co. This one is called Miss K's Sparkling Socks.
That's pretty. So,
it will be those 3 together. The knit along actually started this morning.
It's for this specific...
That specific pattern. You can do whatever size you want. I don't remember when the knit along ends.
Yeah.
You can go to their Ravelry group. I think she's also done posts about it on Instagram, and they mention it on their podcast as well, so check them out. And that is Happy Knits. So this will be an upcoming. I'll stick that over there.
Forest City Girls, actually, another podcast out of Canada. They're doing a spring knit along. So with that name, you could enter that into both of them.
Okay, let's just be honest. I probably won't enter it into anything.
I know.
Because that's just the way I roll.
It's all intents and purposes, but it never happens.
I saw the pattern and I went, oh, that's pretty. I think I'll make that. Yeah, I'm going to start it, at the beginning of the cowl. I'll probably have it finished, I would imagine. I probably won't take pictures. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. That's just how I roll. So, you have acquisitions?
Yep. Do you want to do that first or coupons?
Well, I kind of want to wait to do coupon codes until I do my acquisitions because I have a new coupon code that I purchased something from her.
Okay.
So I want to do coupon codes and then show that item right away. So you want to do acquisitions
So
first?
You want to make it look like we know what we're doing.
Yeah, it was all planned out, folks. Look at me go. Okay. Ouch.
Oh, I needed a cushion today.
Oh, no. The box will no longer be on sale. Will not be available as of tomorrow.
Okay, I haven't shown this since you showed that you got the first one. So, this is by Ancestral Yarns. It was her 3-month winter club.
Laura.
And, of course, I've been using the bag. And this was her inspiration color picture that she gives with you with the first one. I wanted to show all of them together. So
Pretty.
let's see, December.
And this is if you chose to get one skein
January and February.
They're really pretty.
Yeah. I like that a lot. That would almost fade together.
I want to say, okay, guys, don't quote me. I might,
I think her other one would have.
I think
today.
I think
tomorrow.
I think okay. It's still in her shop as of right now. I want to say tomorrow is the last day that you can order it.
Yeah.
This should be up by tomorrow morning. This is the inspiration photo for this next time. And there's her name at the top again in case you need it. The boxes are very affordably priced. The yarn is gorgeous. Very soft and... Yeah.
I've been a bad girl, so I have to... You'll see.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, Alicia's posting pictures and it's kind of funny. So check her out. Even if it's not for the box, go to her shop and check out other yarns that she dyes. So what else you got?
Okay.
You've been bad.
Or I've been so I reached out to Cherry Pie. And she sent me enough for me to put with my sweater that I'm doing, the V-Beck sweater. So I will be using her skeleton all the way throughout that sweater. I actually ordered probably one too many, but I would rather, since she's dyeing it, just dye it now. Even if I don't...
If you have extra, you can use it on something else.
Even if I don't knock into the third one, I can always use, because I love the colorway anyways. It's a great neutral. So I got that.
Keep going. It's all about pairing right now, folks.
Yeah. Sorry about the crinkle.
Crinkle.
So I may have... Yeah.
I didn't text you this time, so it was not my fault.
This was a couple of dips into her D-stash.
I almost got that.
Let's see. This is HD Yarns, hand-dyed self-striping. And it's a set. And actually, this is worsted weight.
Yes.
So I'm not really for sure if I'm actually going to do socks. I'm actually thinking I might do a hat out of it.
I have a mitts pattern.
Oh, do you?
And it was the mitts I wanted to make. They're really cute out of worsted in that book. Oh,
well then that would be even better.
Yeah.
That would even be better, yes.
So I can show you that.
That would be great. I would love to do that.
That's why I kind of went back and forth. And I went back in after she did the markdowns. I'm like, oh, okay, if it's still there, I'm going to get it. And then it was gone.
I got it.
I was pretty well behaved. I messed up when I ordered from her, which you guys will hear about that. So always read the description first. That's really pretty.
This is Nice and Knit. It's a DK superwash called Be Mine. Isn't that pretty? Very vibrant. And this one I hemmed and hawed, and then she dropped her prices. Knitting in color. This is called Twisted Peppermint, and it's a worsted, and it's 100%. It's 100% superwash.
Because remember, I think isn't that the one that I had that I tore apart on the couch? Isn't that the same brand, or is that?
No, I don't think so.
It's Knitty something.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
That you tore apart.
The black and white one, because when you knit with it, it was crisp.
Oh, this is not. This is not crisp.
I think it's the same. We're going to have to look. I have it.
Yeah.
I have it in the living room.
Okay.
Because it has that sturdy feeling like yours does.
And then these two I ended up purchasing separately, but I'm like, hey, this will work anyways. This is called by Dilot's. This is Dilot Studio. And the colorway is Marvista. And it's, again, another worsted. 100% superwash. So, those are pretty blues.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to reknit my hat with one of these. The pattern that I had created for Chuck and Buddy. And get some better pictures. I'm not happy with the pictures I took of the first set, so I'm trying to get another round of pictures. And that's it for me for acquisitions, besides the peanut butter Reese's.
From her recliner.
For my recliner.
Okay, coupon codes. Cherry Pie Cottage on Etsy. If you spend $100, you can get yourself 10% off if you use discount 100 at checkout. Lollipop Girl Yarns on Etsy. If you use code KFB15, you get 15% off her hand-dyed yarns and patterns. That is also good on her advent calendars. She does have a couple Christmas and Julys left. Amanda Rake Cole on Ravelry. Use code KFB19 for 20% off in her Ravelry shop. I need to just circle that because... Alright. New coupon code alert. Naughty Knitting Sacks. If you use code DIRTYBRAIN15, you get 15% off her shop. Let me show you what I ordered. The insides of my bags are a little inappropriate, just going to forewarn you. They look innocent enough, though. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the first one I'm going to show you is her small fuzzy ball sack.
I'm thankful my husband doesn't watch this.
It looks really cute, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All innocent.
Yeah. Pretty in stripes.
It's a little naughty on the inside, guys. So now I will say she does have non-naughty bags as well. So if you're not into a naughty bag, still check her out. And then I don't know what she calls this one. I could look it up, but it might take me a minute. It's like a sweater bag. This one is like a...
It's like a denim.
A denim, yes.
Yeah.
And this was the one that I had... This was the inside fabric that I really wanted. And I'm actually going to put that shawl project in here. Because it's very fitting for right now. It's snowmen. And women. Has a little box bottom down there, and that one's good size. She calls this... I'll tell you. I have it on my Etsy. She also has, I know, totes. She has... Hold on here. Okay, naughty knitting sacks. This was the large zipper fuzzy ball sack. Let me see what her... So she has sacks. She does geeky ones. So, like, she names these, not me. Like superheroes and stuff like that. Small zippered sacks, medium zippered sacks. She does a lot of no-shimps pouches. She has sack sets. There's a little... So... Oh, that's cute inside. So not all of them have a naughty inside. So, like, for instance, that's a Star Wars one. Then it has really cute like planets and stars on the inside. So it's kind of all what you're wanting. I mean, if you want a little funny when you open your bag to look in it, you know, because nobody else can see it.
Yeah.
She does updates. Oh, she also sells face masks as well that are very reasonably priced. She does updates every so often. Before she does an update, she does tell you on Instagram. So if you follow her on Instagram, I'm going to show her name again. So go ahead and check her out.
That's cute.
So yeah, got myself 2 new bags. Wanted to check her out. What else did I get? Whimsy Sassy. I got some Gilmore Girls Progress Keepers. And then I bought the complete set of her Friends for my friend that loves Friends. Can I interest you in a sarcastic comment? You're the Monica to my Rachel. That's kind of flopped over. These say, how you doing? Smelly cat. We were on a break. And then it has the picture of the turkey. So I got those. I'd ordered those quite a while ago, but she's from Canada, so it does take quite a while for us to get them. Get in there. Okay, I ordered from her D-Stash twice because before she did the big D-Stash, she was doing little ones.
Yep.
Okay, so from the first D-Stash, I got Nomadic Yarns birthday cake. Looks more Valentine's Day to me.
Yeah, it does.
And then this one did not have a tag on it. I don't remember if she... Bear with me here, guys. As you can tell, I ordered a little bit too much. Oh, I think I went too far. Okay, that was that order. There it is. Yeah, it's Lollipop Yarn Sock. Traditional base, self-striping 5 stripes. So it didn't have the name or the maker tag with it. Whatever. So I don't have a ball band for this when I knit it, and that is not my fault. It's bright.
Those are pretty bright colors.
Yeah. It's probably going to be a windy sock.
Yeah.
That's what I had bought these for. These were to add to Wendy's stash.
There you go.
So there's those. That was my first round.
Not sure why you're bothering to put them in.
I don't know neither. So the second round, I was like, "Ooh, self-striping." Click, click. It's DK. Not really what I wanted.
Oh.
Yeah, so...
Well, maybe there's another pattern in there, in that book.
Yeah, no. I looked through it this afternoon. So, yeah, I don't know. So this is Rock and String Creations. This colorway is Campfire S'mores. This is also Rock and String Creations. And it is Crazy Boy. So I got to figure out something to do with these, I guess.
Cozy Up has the DK. Is it maybe baby sock? It's DK. It's not fingering. Pretty darn tootin' sure. Check it out.
You gonna have me being like Jared, knitting maybe baby socks all the time?
Maybe baby.
Maybe baby. All right, so
I mean, there's an option for you.
Yeah.
Take a look at it. I think it's free.
so I was rather disappointed.
Bummer.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Yeah.
I just click.
Yeah, you see self-striping, and a lot of times the first thing you think is it's
Yeah, you don't. It's
fingering.
typically
Yeah.
is fingering.
Yeah.
And I've used a lot of my self-striping over the last year or two, so I just wanted to replenish my sock self-striping. That didn't work out very well. That's okay. I got it now. One of these days I'll need it for something. I mean, it'll happen. Did that. Oh, I did not write down what time we did coupon codes.
Late.
Why did I write that down? Oh. Okay. So that's all I have on my notes. Have you been watching anything new?
No, really, I've been going back and watching. Well, I watch movies. You don't.
Yeah.
HBO Preview has had the Mummy series, although I got the box set anyways. But and I like Brendan Fraser as an actor, so I was watching. I like the first couple. The third one's not so good that they're showing. So I watched that. I've been watching Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. So it's just something that I can have on in the background and just knit away. I just haven't been in the mood to actually started rewatching The Witcher. I'm not for sure why I'm stuck on rewatching what I've already seen.
Yeah, I can't.
So I restarted watching The Witcher on Netflix.
Netflix. I'm so disappointed with Netflix. Don't even get me going. I'm
Lately?
still waiting for Lucifer.
Yeah, I know.
I'm still watching Blind Spot. I'm on season 2. Oh, the twists and turns. And they came very quickly.
Yeah.
Like, when they started happening already in the first season, I'm like, how are they going to drag this out into 5 seasons? I'm now on a second season, and I'm still asking that to myself. How is this going to drag into 5 seasons? So...
Was it one of those that they were only going to have for a few seasons and ended up dragging out further?
I don't know. So, yeah, I'm a little puzzled how it's going to go on for so long, but I guess I'll find out. Not happy about the whole upcoming situation, though, because I was notified by a viewer. It has a very sad ending. That's just what I need.
Yeah. I'll hear about it.
You'll hear about it. Other than that, I finally caught up on Days of Our Lives because, I had 24 or 26 of them up on there, which half of them I could just delete because it was government stuff, special reports and talking through it. So I'm all caught up on my regular shows. Like I watch all the Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, Law and Order, caught up in that. Caught up on Legacy, Charmed, the new Charm that's on the CW. So, yeah, I literally have nothing on my DVR right now. Like, nothing.
Wow.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I haven't been sewing for 2 weeks. And I'm supposed to have been taking it easy. Well, I sat in the recliner and I knitted and watched TV.
That's taking it easy.
So it is, but then I kind of got scolded from the doctor that I wasn't getting up and moving enough. He doesn't want me in like one position for that long. So yeah, I said, well, does getting up to put the ice pack in the freezer count?
You are a terrible patient.
Oh, I am. And he knows it, so it's whatever. I'm helping to put his kids through college. I'm there for the man. Trying to think if there was anything else I watched. I don't think so. No. I read a book, which I had not done. I keep getting a tickle in my nose. I have not done that in forever. I used to read a lot. And when I mean a lot, like I can read a book within 2 hours. I'm a speed reader. The one that I did the other day was, I texted Brittany how many it was. It was almost 400 pages.
How long did it take you?
I think like 2.5, 3 hours.
Do you enjoy it by speed reading?
Yeah, and I can also read and watch TV at the same time and know what's going on in both. I know, it's insane.
I used to be able to do that as a kid, though, because, like, my parents were big readers. That's all we did. Like, on the weekends, we were reading books, or, like, in the wintertime doing puzzles.
Yeah,
me and my mom.
Found out I don't excel at that.
And so, like, my mom, myself, and my dad, all three of us. My dad would be at the kitchen table. My mom would be in her recliner. I'd be on the couch. And for, hours on end, we would read over the weekend with the TV on. Mm-hmm. And if Dad was sitting in the recliner next to me with the remote, and me and Mom were reading our books, and he fell asleep, we would complain because, like, we could watch a show that we wanted to watch while we were reading instead of watching Westerns.
Exactly. So yeah,
Chuck is still boggled at how, when I first, you're like knitting. Why are you concerned about, what's on TV? No, it's got to be on the right show for me to be in the groove to knit.
When I first got together with Brett, he was like, "Why are you reading a book and have the TV running?" I'm like, I know what's going on in both. I can tell you. I really do. So yeah, I got to read a book. I think he was on nights, and I got home and I'm like, okay, what do I do? I'm not gonna go in and so I don't want to just lay down and take a nap again. So I picked up the book, and next thing you know, I was like, okay, well, that was good, and I threw it in the Goodwill pile to donate. So yeah.
So will you read some books or no?
Not on purpose, I'll say that. And I say it that way because I've read so many books that every once in a while I'll pick up a book, like whether it's on my Nook or Kindle or whatever, and or a paperback that I just recently got, and I'll get halfway through it and I'll go, boy, this seems familiar. And then I'll go, oh no, I did read this, but I won't remember how it ended. And I'm already halfway through, so I'll go ahead and finish it.
Probably because you speed read through the thing the first time.
I have always been a very fast reader. I don't know. So, yeah.
I mean, I can sit down and read a book in a day, but not 2.5 hours.
Yeah. I've always been that way. I'm thinking, well, now I'm going to get back to sewing a little bit, but I need to make some more time for reading, and then I can clear off that bookshelf. Like, it'd probably only take me a week or two.
Yeah.
Then I have more room on my bookshelf. Ooh. I wonder if Squirrel. So, we went thrifting the one day. Well, I mean, we've gone thrifting more than one day. I'm going to look and see if I have the picture. Oh, I sent it to Alisha. And let me just say, first and foremost, I am wishing no ill will towards my bunny, my pet rabbit. But she's getting up in age. And the plan, when we do lose our little sweetie, there will be no more animals in this house. Her cage goes right to the curb. And I already knew what I wanted to put where her cage was at. And I want a nice wood chest. That way I can put like my blocking mats and stuff in there where they're like hidden rather than like alongside my bookcase. Well, anytime you see those in the thrift store, they are not in good shape. We were in Goodwill one day, and Brett brings me over to show me something else, and I'm like, ooh, look at this. And he's like, oh, I wondered if you had seen it. Where are you at? Look what I got.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. $14.99.
There you go.
And poor Brett had to carry it over to the car and get it in there. So right now it's standing up on end in my bedroom closet because like I don't have anywhere to put it.
Yeah.
As of right now, but I don't want to pass up the deal neither.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And then on sadder notes, Friday marks 1 year since we lost little Moo Moo.
Oh.
Yeah. 1 year, folks. I think I need to go for McDonald's and Dairy Queen.
Yep.
So, yeah. Which we did finally, I don't know if you noticed, all of our urns up here now have all their pictures on them.
Oh, okay.
So we did that the other day. We have all the animals' ashes here in this room. So Brett printed up. Like, we had a couple of them done already, but Moo Moo's wasn't done, and Muffy, and then our old rabbit Motley didn't have pictures on there, so we printed pictures that we could put on there. So, yeah. Of course, little Moo kind of has the shelf to herself.
Chuck is laughing at me because the cats have now, both of them have decided that my lap is the place to be.
Ugh.
And it's like, and now it's to the point that they don't care if the other one's sitting there. Now, the older one, Rascal's a male cat. He wants to be petted on his terms. He's not really a lap cat. So he'll, get on the chair of the recliner and put his front paws on my leg and be just button up against me and, nipping at me wanting me to pet him. I'm like, he doesn't care. Jane has always been the type that as soon as I sit down, boom. If
did you call
recliner,
me?
Yeah. And
are you lonely?
She will stand on top of me for 5 minutes before she figures out where she's going to lay down. She lays down in the exact same spot every time. And even if I push her butt to where she's going to lay, she'll and get back up. And the other day, Buddy was home Friday night, and he hasn't seen this happen. He hasn't been home to see this happening. And I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden Rascal comes walking across the couch towards me. And over Buddy to me. And he looks at me and like, oh yeah, this is a thing now. And not 2 minutes later, Jane is at the foot of the recliner, jumps on up, and he's like, both of them? I said, yep, really, this happens to me every time.
Aren't I lucky?
love them, but I'm really done with this. The two of you moving out of the house has really done something to my space.
I have no more space.
I have no more space.
Oh gosh, that's funny. I was used to always having a pet on me. Moo always had to be on me.
Jane doesn't bug me once she lays down.
Yeah.
Because I can play a game, I can knit. She doesn't eat at my neither one. And then Rascal. It's because he won't lay down, and then he butts up against you, and he just continuously wants to be petted. It's look, I have some. It doesn't matter if I'm sitting down on the recliner to have lunch. He comes walking. It's look, I'm trying to eat. I need to eat and go back to work.
Yeah. Well, Moo had her moments where she'd do that up and down and whining, and now I went down. Oh, I went up.
Yeah.
You
love them. You love animals.
Would drive me nuts some
nights. You miss them when they're gone. There's a pain in the tuchus.
Yeah, I dealt with Moo pretty well, though. I knew she was a diva.
I told Megana she needs to come get her cat. She's trying to laugh, and she's like, I would if I could. I said, well, he needs to be with you because he wants loving. And it's yeah. It's I can't have space on the recliner at all. I go to take a nap. Zoom. Right on top. It's no.
You always have your true love recliner here. Your recliner's here for you, Karen.
Yeah. Loves me enough to give me chocolates.
Exactly. Oh, goodness. That's good stuff. All right. I think that's all we have for you. And we're going to... Oh, my watch says it's -0. That's very informative. Oop, now it popped up to 1 degree. It's lying.
What is -0 anyways?
That's what they tend to... Like, the watch does that every once in a while. Let us give you a final update here. Is currently... -2 feels like -17. Now, what I found funny earlier was these people, Weatherbug, must think we're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So earlier it was like it was pretty much the same, -16 or something was it feels like. And then over on the side they have a picture of an igloo, and it says very cold. I couldn't figure that out on my own. Thanks for letting me know. And now we're under a winter weather advisory, a winter storm warning again.
Yeah, Chuck messaged me before I came here. He's like, he was like all panicky. I'm like, what are you panicking? He's like, well, it's not supposed to hit until after you leave Laura's tonight.
Well, the thing is, though, it goes all the way through to Tuesday morning.
Till Tuesday, yeah.
But the thing is it's only for 4 to 8 inches.
Mm-hmm.
The last prediction on the news was 15 inches. So, who has it wrong? Who has it wrong?
If they cover all bases, nobody's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to get 0 to, or 1 inch to, I don't know, 25 inches possibly. Yeah. So, okay. Remember to join our mid-along.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting more and more congested as it's getting warmer in here, I think. On YouTube, do the usual things. Subscribe if you haven't. Thumbs up. Comment. Interact with us. Let me know what I'm supposed to do with those squared needles that are like a...
Wet noodle?
Wet noodle.
I'm still trying to figure out a sweater. It would, like a sweater or blanket, it would be like just dead weight.
Yeah. Well, you can't magic loop anything with them. That's obviously.
You wouldn't be able to use it in any kind of hat because, no.
Well, and I got a long cord. I got a 40-inch cord on the... That's a 40-inch cord because I bought them for socks for doing 2 at a time. So,
yeah.
Maybe I could take
a big, long blanket, but...
No, I got it.
What?
I can make them into an art project. I think I could do a cursive L for my name with them.
Okay.
And I can maybe get, like, you know, a canvas and do something fancy and then do the L and... We got it, folks.
It's going to be hanging up on the wall.
Yeah. We'll be like, look, there's our knitting needles.
What you can do with needles. Why not?
So, okay, where was I at? Subscribe, like, comment. Tell me what to do with those needles. Keep in mind that it's a 40-inch cable as well. If my husband ever gets out of line. Joking, honey. Love you.
Oh my.
Oh, that's bad. And he will see that. And if he doesn't see it when he does his stuff.
Because it's towards the end, so he's going to see it.
But he watches it the next day as well.
Does he watch the whole thing the next day?
Yeah. Or he at least has it playing while he's in the computer room, so he would at least hear it, and he'd be like, wait, what? Hey. So, all right, we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.